day. Welcome to Porchlight Letters podcast number 2413. Today our topic is, what is our topic today? Can timelines replace narrative? Not really. Timelines organize events, but stories, and we love stories, bring them to life. Timelines provide clarity and structure. A timeline places events in chronological order, making it easy to see patterns. Births, marriages, relocations, occupations can be mapped quickly. This structure helps researchers understand the progression of life. Yes, very important. Use timelines all the time. Narratives add meaning and emotion. While timelines show what happened, they really explain why it mattered. Stories add context, relationships, and emotional depth. A narrative turns a sequence of events into a human experience. Yeah, we love that. Absolutely love that. Timelines help identify gaps in research. When events are laid out visually, missing periods become obvious. This is why timelines are so important. When you put the facts in there, you can turn and say, well, hang on, in this census he was here, in this census he was here. What happened in the 10-year gap in between? Now we've got something to go and research. Researchers can then focus on investigating those gaps. This method helps direct future research efforts. Absolutely. When you find those gaps in the timeline, it gives you a starting place. Like if you're trying to get around blocks, maybe there isn't a block there. It just could be that you may not be looking at it from the right perspective. So we put the timeline together. Combining both formats works best. Many family historians use timelines as the backbone of research while writing stories around them. The timeline keeps the facts organized while narrative builds engagement. Together, they create a balanced presentation. If you think about it, you've got the timeline all placed out. You're now writing the story. There's a lot of writers, even for fiction books, they create a timeline as well for their characters. What timeline does their characters go through? If you're working on a book series, then you need a timeline, a master timeline that covers the different series, and you've got the books marked off as to when they happen and when different events happen in the book. So if you have crossovers, if you have books going in between, if you have a main book series, but you've got offshoots from that book series, is there any crossover between the books in the main series and the books in the offshoots? Timelines will help keep that organized. It works the same when you're working for families. It keeps it organized. It keeps it in chronological order. It helps you when you're building the narrative to make sure you keep everything in the right time order. Different audiences prefer different formats. Some family members appreciate a quick timeline overview. That's it. There it is. And they're done. Others prefer reading a full narrative that explains events. And then there's those that are in between. They like a little bit of this with a little bit of that. Family offering both formats ensures the story reaches a wider audience. Why does all of this matter? Organization and storytelling work best when they support each other. So your practical takeaway for today is to use timelines to organize research and narratives to share meaning. And if you want help with getting organized with your timeline, with your research timeline, send us a private message and let's set up a 30-minute discovery call with you to get you on the right path. And in closing, facts form the structure. Story gives those facts a voice. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hey, konera.